Recording in progress.
Please rise as you are able. I now call this meeting of City Council to order.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The City of Barrie acknowledges the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe people, which include the Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We also acknowledge the Wendat Nation Huron, who occupied these lands prior to the middle of the 17th century. We're dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and recognizing the enduring presence of Indigenous peoples on this land. We're committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect with all the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. You may be seated. We have no student mayors this evening, so we're going to move right into the confirmation of the minutes. The first item, it's the minutes of the City Council meeting held on June 19th, 2024. They've been circulated. Are there any corrections with regards to the minutes? Seeing none, they are adopted as printed. There's no awards and recognition or reports from officers. Deputations. Now, I believe that we could have an emergency deputation on items that have been approved earlier this evening. Is there anyone who would like to make a deputation with regards to the approved items on the agenda from the General Committee meeting earlier this evening? Yes, sir. So when you come down to the platform, I know it's not the normal route because we've done both things in one night. So if we could turn on the microphones for the gentleman, if you could say your name and your address for the record.
Do I have to turn it on? Oh, it's already on. Okay.
It's on, yep.
My name's Don Owen, 41 Ottawa.
Welcome, sir.
I'm not really sure how we've gotten to this part where we're going to build affordable housing in our neighborhood. So it's a little bit distressing. So the county says that it doesn't want to build projects, but that's exactly what it's going to do. It's unconscionable. The council thinks that this is an affordable thing. You can just look at the numbers and it doesn't. Tonight, you had a meeting, I don't know, it sounded like it was in closed doors, but I don't know if it really was. Though more disturbing than a lot of the things that have gone on is how the county and the city have manufactured the criminality that surrounds us and the city, brought on willingly and knowingly by their partnership and continued funding of operations that would grow this criminality to untenable levels that were already out of control, which has created devastation to citizens. It has breached our charter rights of our security of person, while living peaceably, lawfully, in good faith, and in good standing. Tonight you're going to talk about parking, and you heard from many, many other people about the ridiculousness of why planning was ever put in place and how you are summarily running away from it. And there's lots of reasons that seem very clear as to why that is. But let's talk about the parking at 20 Rose Street. $15 to $20 million to build a parking structure. A reasonable person knows this is not reasonable. And worse, not enough parking. To propose this in an affordability housing crisis is negligent. It's municipal malfeasance. The recent revised traffic report, which clearly says that the writer doesn't take responsibility for the report or its use of it to make a decision from. Though when you listen to the plan and the proposal, what you're going to hear is it's a really nice parkade. Nice facade. Nobody will be able to look in. You won't see the cars. It'll be pretty. For those of us that live surrounded by lawlessness, created by the city and their partners, in and around our homes, our private properties, and our businesses that support this community. We know this to be a new business center for criminals. The services that will be offered, depending on what it put on site, will bring more crime, more violence, which we just witnessed last week. This has been well documented across the province and the country, and we have witnessed it in our city repeatedly. The county is going to build a place for illicit use of criminals surrounded by the vulnerable. This will be away from prying eyes because of the facade. It's so nice. It won't be away from our neighborhood and the citizens that will have to contend with what it'll bring. We know this because we have dealt with it. And we've been coming forward to those responsible for it for decades. Currently, more unhoused are taking up residence on the northwest side of Ottawa. Parking isn't the issue. A housing project that is surely to bring more issues to an already overburdened neighborhood and city should have been seen by the planners as the actual issue, as it breaches the Planning Act and the city's fiduciary duty to its citizens. Other than that, affordable housing can be acquired today throughout the city and the county from housing stock. And this is known and permissible under the funding. This would be more effective, more efficient, and help a lot more people while meeting what the county says it should do. It would be in the best interest of the public, those that actually need it, and the vulnerable. Having services in a building when so many government buildings are empty and unused is criminal and shows the insincerity of this endeavor and perhaps exposes what it's really about, moving money. Council, we're asking you to represent the law-abiding citizens of the city that have come to the council for decades in good faith. That you exercise care, diligence, skill that a reasonable, prudent person would exercise in comparable circumstances. We ask that you do your duty that you swore to and end this project. It would also seem quite prudent that the city review any and all partnerships with the county, and that this be done in the name of security of person, public interest, public trust, and public safety. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your deputation. I did give an extra 45 seconds, and appreciate you, speeding up to the end, so thank you. Are there any questions for the Deputant tonight? I'm seeing none. On your final piece you said there about the relationship with the county, I will tell you that City Council has asked for a value for money audit related to social services in the city, which is what is inside of our control at this point. And we are mandated through provincial law to be essentially in this relationship with the county. And so I would urge you, and I can certainly pass it on, but I would urge you to share that thought with your provincial representative, because they are the ones who have control over the services, the social services across the province, and who are the delivery managers.
We've contacted our MPs.
Okay.
They don't answer their phone.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that that was okay.
I noticed the last pass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not your problem. Not your zoo, not your monkeys.
Well, I think it's all of our problem, but yes. Thank you, sir. Are there any other deputations this evening for City Council? I am seeing none. So we'll go past tax applications and communications, as there are none, to committee reports. I believe, Deputy Mayor Thompson, that you've been provided the committee reports, and so we'll start with Section A.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section A of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Thompson. It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section A of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted. ECD 006-24, confidential acquisition of property rights, trade secret, or scientific, technical, commercial, financial, or other labor relations information supplied in confidence to the municipality or local board, which, if disclosed, could reasonably be expected to prejudice significantly the competitive position or interfere significantly with the contractual or other negotiations of a person or group of persons' economic development opportunity. This is report, again, ECD 006-24. Are there any comments or questions on this report? And, sorry, I've left out two items here. 8.1, which is confidential matter relating to a trade secret or scientific, technical, commercial, financial, or labor relations information supplied in confidence to the municipality or local board, which, if disclosed, could reasonably be expected to prejudice significantly the competitive position or interfere significantly with contractual or other negotiations of a person or group of persons' board assignment. And this is 8.1 and 8.2, confidential personal information matter, naming of municipal assets. Are there any questions or comments on those? Seeing none, all in favor? And it's approved. Deputy Mayor.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section B of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be received.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section B of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be received. CAO 003-24, confidential instructions to be applied to negotiations concerning a potential disposition of property rights and commercial information of another party. This is, again, report CAO 003-24. The second item is LGL 003-24, confidential acquisition or disposition of property matter, city property, report LGL 003-24. Any questions or comments with regards to these reports? Seeing none, all those in favor? That carries.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section C of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section C of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted. This is CAO 003-24, confidential instructions to be applied to negotiations concerning a potential disposition of property rights and commercial information of another party. Again, it's report CAO 003-24. Are there any questions or comments with regards to Section C? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carries. Deputy Mayor.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section D of the First General Committee report dated August 14, 2024 be adopted.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section D of the First General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted. LGL 003-24, confidential acquisition or disposition of property matters, city property. Any questions or comments on this matter? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section A of the Second General Committee report dated August 14, 2024 be received.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section A of the General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be received. This is AF 240814, report of the Affordability Committee dated June 12th, 2024, and FRG 240814, report of the Finance and Responsible Governance Committee dated June 19th, 2024. Are there any questions or comments with regards to the matters? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carries. Deputy Mayor.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section B of the Second General Committee report dated August 14, 2024 be adopted.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section B of the Second General Committee report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted. This is FRG 1, International Relations Committee and Invest Barrie German Trade Delegation, FRG 2, Saginaw, Michigan Delegation, FRG 3, Q2 24, Internal Audit Status Update, FRG 4, Barrie Skateboard Park 25th Anniversary, FRG 5, Confidential Memorandum concerning a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality water lot, BLD 001-24, Update to Pool Enclosure Bylaw, DEV 031-24, Zoning Bylaw Amendment Application, 460 Lockhart Road, Ward 9, DEV 032-24, Zoning Bylaw Amendment Application, 560 Lockhart Road, Ward 9, DEV 033-24, Zoning Bylaw Amendment Application, 377 Big Bay Point Road, Barrie, Ward 9, DEV 034-24, Zoning Bylaw Amendment Application, 20 Rose Street, Ward 2, DEV 035-24, Speed Limit Review, Veterans Drive and Mackay Road, Wards 6, 7, and 8, FAC 004-24, Facilities Planning and Development, 2024 Capital Funding, FIN 015-24, Revenue Branch Staffing, IGM 003-24, Staffing Optimization and Organizational Efficiencies, LCS 005-24, Joint Processing Center Staffing. I'm just going to confirm. Perfect, that was all of them. Any questions or comments with any of those items on the floor? Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. I'll put the motion on the floor. It was more just to highlight the optimization of the organization efficiencies. If you've read the report, it's some really great work, and it just shows that staff are, doing everything they possibly can to the efficiencies and, running the city as lean as possible. There's sometimes people don't believe that municipal workers look to, run a lean ship, and I think this report actually states that, and it's proof in the pudding. So to CAO Pros, if you could pass that on to the appropriate people, I thought it was great.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Thompson.
I'm sure it'll be front page tomorrow. Any other questions or comments on that? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carries.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon. That's Section D of the...
I'm going to vacate the chair right now and pass it over to the Deputy Mayor. Do I need to disclose why first? So I have a potential issue here, conflict of interest here, because I own property immediately adjacent to where the change in parking regulations are going to take place.
I believe Councillor Kungle has the... Go ahead.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Thompson. I have a motion moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section C of the second general report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted, and the motion is regarding DEV 036-24, a 2-hour parking limit, Davidson Street, Ward 2.
Moved by Councillor Kungle, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section C of the second general committee report. Sorry about that. Moved by Councillor Kungle, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section C of the second general committee report dated August 14, 2024 be adopted. 2-hour parking limit on Davis Street, Ward 2. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, I call the vote. Passes.
You guys will pay for that one later. Just kidding. We have no deferred business, and we're going to move directly to, Section D. I've forgotten about Section D. Sorry about that. Deputy Mayor.
We get him out of the chair for a minute. He loses himself. See that? He's all combobulated. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that Section D of the second general committee report dated August 14, 2024 be adopted.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon, that Section D of the General Committee Report dated August 14th, 2024 be adopted. This is DEV 030-24, the Parks Strategic Plan Update. This was deferred until the next General Committee meeting. Are there any comments or questions with regards to Section D? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries. Now we are through our reports, and we're going to move past deferred business as there's none into our direct motions. Councillor Kungle, I believe you have a direct motion without notice.
I do. Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. So moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Harris, that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the Procedural Bylaw 2019-100 as amended, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning a physician's shortage. Sorry about that. Thanks.
It's moved by Councillor Kungle and seconded by Councillor Harris that pursuant to Section 7.1 of the Procedural Bylaw 2019-100 as amended, permission be granted to introduce a motion without notice concerning a physician shortage. I don't believe we can debate the matter, so I'm going to go right to the vote. All those in favor? And it carries. Councillor Kungle.
Thank you, Mayor Nuttall. I'll introduce the motion with an appreciation because I know we don't kind of like these things coming last minute. So when I can speak to the motion, I'll make my apologies to the clerk and to council. So the motion is moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Harris. Whereas the state of healthcare in Ontario is in crisis with 2.3 million Ontarians lacking access to a family doctor, emergency room closures across the province, patients being derostered, and 40% of family doctors considering retirement over the next 5 years. And whereas Ontario municipal and regional governments play an integral role in the healthcare system through responsibilities in public health, long-term care, paramedicine, and other investments. And whereas the percentage of family physicians practicing comprehensive family medicine has declined from 77% in 2008 to 65% in 2022. And whereas the per capita health spending in Ontario is the lowest overall of all provinces in Canada, and whereas a robust workforce development through a provincial sector-wide health human resource strategy would significantly improve access to health services across the province, now therefore it be resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the City of Barrie urge the Province of Ontario to recognize the physician shortage in the City of Barrie and Ontario, to fund healthcare appropriately and ensure every Ontarian has access to physician care. And I can speak to that.
It's moved by Councillor Kungle, seconded by Councillor Harris. Whereas the state of healthcare in Ontario is in crisis with 2.3 million Ontarians lacking access to a family doctor, emergency room closures across the province, patients being derostered, and 40% of family doctors considering retirement over the next 5 years. And whereas Ontario municipal and regional governments play an integral role in the healthcare system through responsibilities in public health, long-term care, paramedicine, and other investments. Whereas the percentage of family physicians practicing comprehensive family medicine has declined from 77 in 2005 to 65% in 2022. Whereas per capita healthcare spending in Ontario is the lowest of all the provinces in Canada. Whereas a robust workforce developed through provincial sector wide health human resource strategy would significantly improve, access to health services across the province. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the City of Barrie urge the Province of Ontario to recognize the physician shortage in the City of Barrie and Ontario, to fund healthcare appropriately and ensure every Ontarian has access to physician care. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So for a little bit of context on this and why we still wanted to see about it becoming a direct motion is that we do have the Association of Municipalities of Ontario conference next week. This is positioned, it's referenced in our circulation list, Section C from the August 7th posting. It's a very formal notice from AMO, so the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, with OMA, which is our Ontario Medical Association. And they are collectively advocating for the 444 municipalities in Ontario to vocalize, advocacy around recognizing the physician shortages and collectively doing some work effort. And I think some of us are at different health system tables and have a really direct line to what's happening in the strength of partnerships, but we have seen that through years and years and retirements of some of our frontline physicians. And so this is really, I think, a call to action, knowing that we've got some pressure points and assuming that you hear, as I do, from residents seeking access to a family physician in the city, unattached patients, access to walk-in clinics, the need for greater support in that area. So we do a good job, I think, of putting money on the table, I believe, with our physician recruitment task force. And so I think this is in alignment with that and aligns to a global advocacy effort going right through all municipalities of Ontario. And I'm not sure if Councillor Harris wants to speak to that as a seconder, but happy to be able to bring this to the table for consideration by Council.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other questions or comments with regards to the motion on the floor? Seeing none. All those in favor? Carries. There's no more direct motions, I assume, without notice either, and so we're going to move past presentations, as there are none, and into inquiries again. You find any inquiries in the last half an hour there, Deputy Mayor? And announcements we had earlier as well. Just a couple before we go into the bylaws. Nominations are being accepted for the 2024 Barrie Arts Awards until the 26th of August. The awards honor individuals and organizations for contributions to the arts sector. Winners will be celebrated the annual gala in the fall. For further information or to submit a nomination, please visit barrie.ca/artsawards. City of Barrie waterfront lifeguards will be officially off duty for the season on Friday, August 23rd at Johnson's Beach, and then Friday, August 30th at Centennial Beach. Swim buoy lines, including drop-off markers, will be removed for the season on Wednesday, September 4th. For further information, visit barrie.ca. Registration for the City of Barrie's fall programming are now open, with the fall programs beginning on the 21st of September. For further information regarding our registration and drop-in schedules, visit play.barrie.ca. Ramp closures at Essa Road and Highway 400 are expected to take place until the 23rd of August as part of the Ministry of Transportation's Essa Road Interchange and 400 Overpass Replacement Project. For further information on ramp closures, please visit barrie.ca/planning building infrastructure/current projects/municipal infrastructure projects/Essa Road Interchange Highway 400 Overpass Replacement MTO. And if you get that, then you deserve an award. That is all of my announcements for this evening, and I'll move to the bylaws. Deputy Mayor Thompson, the bylaws, please.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon, that leave be granted to introduce the following bills. These bills be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Bill 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon. The leave be granted to introduce the following bills, and these bills be read a first, second, and third time this day and finally passed. Bills 80 to 88. Any questions or comments on the bills this evening? Seeing none, all those in favor? It carries. Deputy Mayor Thompson, the most important piece of the night.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Nixon. Leave be granted to introduce the following bill, and this bill be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Bill 89, the confirmation bylaw.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor Thompson, seconded by Councillor Nixon. that leave be granted to introduce the following bill, and this bill will be ready first, second, and third time this day and finally passed, Bill 89. Any questions or comments with regards to the confirmation bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor, it carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Councilors Morales and Harvey, all those in favor of adjournment, it's unanimous. I hope everyone